Hello everyone! Yes, it's another Friday with Dannphan. How's everybody doing in chat? Huh? Yes, you are right, Brian. It is a little bit, just a little bit of an early stream. Just a little bit earlier than usual. Not that significant. It's only like 30 minutes. The reason why is because I have to be somewhere at 5 o'clock. So there was no way I could pass the Friday with Dannphan stream when so much happened this week. So naturally, I just figured, well, I'll do it a little bit earlier. And then I'll be able to get it done. And that is the important thing. So one of the fun things that happened recently, was it yesterday or was it 2 days ago? Yesterday is kind of a blur because that was my detox day. Every now and then I go off of caffeine so that I don't die later in life. But so I don't remember too much, but what happened was the canceled CW Powerpuff, the live-action Powerpuff Girls show, got leaked. It got leaked online, and I shared it on Twitter before, of course, all of the trailers were taken down. But I saw it when it was still up. And, oh boy, oh my god, that was some pure cringe. I'm so glad that that is canceled. You see, like, because every now and then you see this leak stuff and you wonder, like, is this a purposeful leak because they're looking to see how the audience reacts to it? Like with the script, that was kind of the thought, is, oh, did they leak this on purpose to see how the audience would react to the script? I don't think that was the case with this trailer because it's already canceled, of course. I think somebody just dug it up in the CW trenches and thought it was so funny they had to share it with the world. Blessed be that person, because they're right. They were right. It is very funny. Unfortunately, I think every video, I think every uploaded video for that Powerpuff trailer, I think it's all gone now. I don't think, I mean, unless one of you know a place where the video still works, I probably wouldn't be able to play it on the YouTube anyways, because then the stream would probably get copy struck. But yeah, that's fucking, let me see if I can pull up something just so that you can kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about here. Like, there's this GIF on this article, and this is a real clip from the trailer, but they turned it into a GIF. This looks fucking terrible. I mean, it's of CW quality. What are you gonna expect? The CW is not known for its good action effects, you know? But yeah, this is really bad looking. Why is Buttercup throwing an energy blast? Since when did she have that power? I don't remember any of them throwing energy blasts with their hands. I remember the eye beams. I don't remember any energy blast happening. Is that just me? I watched a lot of Powerpuff Girls stuff. I don't remember that. Whatever. Maybe they're getting confused with Danny Phantom. That's what it reminds me of. Yeah, it looks nothing like Powerpuff Girls. It was a long trailer. Every single time they showed one of these characters flying, it looked hilarious. It looked so silly. The green screen effects were not their best. And you see, like, the background buildings, they're all CG, which does not help. I mean, it's not the worst CG I've ever seen in my life, but it certainly looks extremely fake, now doesn't it? Lighting is all wrong. Goddamn. Anyway. Now imagine this, but for like 3 minutes. 3 minutes of that. That was what the Powerpuff Girl trailer was. Hilarious. It's like an SNL skit. It really was. this Kotaku for once is like right on the mark. It looked and felt like Saturday Night Live making fun of the Powerpuff Girls. It did not seem like a legit production at all. But very funny. I'll give it that. It was funny. Yeah, I remember Buttercup having no extra special powers in the show. That's right. You know, I think they even made an episode about that. And the conclusion at the end is that her special power was that she could curl her tongue. Like that. And then the other girls couldn't do it, but she could, so she's like, yeah! I do have something special about me. It's a very funny ending to that episode. But yeah, I'm pretty sure she cannot throw energy blasts. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Should have gone with child actors. That's supposed to be them in their teenage. That's supposed to be the teen versions of them on that GIF. Got of the trailer if you want it for pain. Yep, Gabe, you know what's up. You knew it was gonna be taken down as soon as you saw it, and you were like, bam, gotta save that. Internet Archive might have a copy of the trailer. Maybe. It's not a bad point. I wouldn't be able to play the whole thing though, even if I did find it. Well, I see the script is on the Internet Archive. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah. 3 minutes and 36 seconds of pure pain. If it'll load. It's not loading. Maybe this is a fake. This is fake out. Well, fake out or not, it's not loading, so I can't show you guys. Can't show you guys the loading screen now, can I? Yeah, the poor Powerpuff Girls, man. They just can't get a good reboot. It just can't happen. Everybody who reboots the Powerpuff Girls. The closest thing we got was the spin-off. The anime spin-off. Or, I guess you could call that a reboot. Although it was running around the same time, wasn't it? Weren't they both running at the same time? Maybe I'm getting my years mixed up. I watched the Powerpuff Girls like pretty late in life. But yeah, there's the anime version. And the anime version I don't completely hate. It's, you know, it's not the peak version for me, because obviously I have nostalgia for the original, but I think that's the only other version of the Powerpuff Girls that can be remotely qualified as good. The reboot where they didn't even rename it. They just kept on like uploading episodes and claimed that it was a new season, even though it had none of the same writers or animators or the creator. It's not a new season. The fuck out of here. I hate that when they reboot something but they don't tell you that it's a reboot and they just say that it's a new season. That's the worst. That's the worst. But yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame about the Powerpuff Girls. I do enjoy the original. Even as an adult, I look back at that and I'm like, yes, my nostalgia is good. Good stuff. I remember watching my friend live streaming himself reading through the leaked script. Oh yeah, that was god awful. That really was. I read it over too. Oh god. They just like had a bunch of bad ideas. Honestly, like sometimes you can be like, oh yeah, oh, it's the writing that's the problem. The ideas aren't good. But no, the ideas are also bad. It's all bad. It's all bad. Nobody wants to see the childhood of the Powerpuff Girls destroyed by Blossom murdering a guy. It's just... nobody asked for this, you know? And then the, like, random, oh, they whitewashed us in the cartoon. Like, bro, Warner Brothers, that's your cartoon. Why are you shitting on your own cartoon? I know why, but it's not smart. It's really just not. Yeah, the good old days of Cartoon Network. Yeah, very true. If Powerpuff Girls was handled by the makers of Riverdale, I mean, it is CW. It's not too far off. But you know. You kind of knew immediately when it was first announced. When it was first announced to be a CW show, you know that it was going to be of CW quality, which is to say, not good quality. My God. Looks awful. You knew it was going to be awful, and it came out, and it was. So, it didn't really subvert my expectations. I think it met my expectations, actually. Perhaps even surpassed with how bad it was. Because I was not really expecting CGI buildings in the background. Even I was thinking, oh, they can just use like some drone footage or something, right? But no, that's too much work now. Can't do it. Absolutely can't do it. Another fun thing that happened, I guess happened is the word for it. Last night I finally decided on, well, I decided a few days ago, but I announced last night, that's like the official decision, right? That Reaper Book 2 would be launched soon, March 25th. There we go, that's the cover. That's the cover of Reaper Book 2, The Beast in Man. Sorry, I can't promote my own stuff unless I'm being kinda goofy. Cause I get insecure. Anyway. The spot is a little bit too dark. I should add more fog over there. But yeah, I'm excited to finally bring out Book 2 of Reaper. Now, I'll be honest, not that many pages are done, especially in the grand scheme of things. Like, this is going to be the longest, at least so far. Let's see, I got Book 1. Book 1 was 108 pages. I thought that was long. That was previously the longest. We hit a new record with this one because this is, story-wise, just like story pages, 180 pages. But there's also going to be more pages than that, obviously. And I think we'll probably, we might hit 200 when it comes to like the end of it and everything. Because we got all the chapter illustrations, you know, some pages like table of contents, and we got the book 3 preview, which I have not started yet. I gotta start doing the book 3 preview to put at the end, of course. And maybe I'll also do like a Q&A thing at the end of the book. If people want to submit questions for Reaper Book 2, put that at the end of the Q&A. That would be pretty fun. Maybe another map. I gotta decide on like how I want to do maps. Because it's not like there's no map for the world. I just want to make sure that it's drawn in a pleasing way. People like maps. I like maps. I don't know if I'm that great at drawing maps, though. Just gotta be real with you, you know? It's reaping time. Absolutely. Quoted straight from the book. It's reaping time. Yeah, he probably said that somewhere. Ah, jeez. But yeah, this will be fun. I'm also like doing, I mean, I've been posting redraws that I've been doing of the original preview pages that I had at the end of book 1. Now it's actually book 2. So it's not a preview anymore. And obviously it's been going through some changes. All I think are fairly positive. I certainly recommend you checking out the differences yourself. I think it goes to show like how much of a general improvement there is between like books. And it's good to see it. Good to see it this one actually. So that was the original panel, and I decided I'll just redraw the fire because, you know, this fire effect isn't really working. For the record, it's not an asset, and it's not 3D or anything. It's not an asset. What it is it's an effect of me like doing the fire in gray tones and then using a blur to get this kind of flame effect and then turning it into screen tones. So it wasn't just me being lazy, I swear, but the effect doesn't really look as good as I thought it would look. So I decided to just do fire differently for book 2, and then this is like the new version of that same panel. I did all the fire, and it's now black and white, and there's a lot more contrast. So I think it turned out pretty good overall. The only thing is, of course, this panel completely ruined my hand. I don't know, I think maybe it just took longer than I was expecting it to take. Maybe I was just leaning on the tablet in the wrong way. Not 100% sure. But for whatever reason, this panel is the one that like did me in. It destroyed me, and all I did was redraw the fire. And I guess like the smoke in the background and sky and whatnot. But that was it. Everything else is like the same. It's funny how that works, huh? Yeah, it's mapping time. Goddamn right. I like the Lord of the Rings style maps. You know, there are a bunch of people on like Instagram and stuff who do that kind of style of mapping. They like study how it was originally done and try to mimic it, you know? And I'm not ashamed to admit that I enjoy those types of Instagram posts. You know, once you like get the algorithm working on Instagram, it does start recommending you stuff that you actually do want to see more of. Takes a while, but you can in fact get Instagram to show you stuff that you want to see. It's difficult to have it show you the people that you actually follow already. Just one of those things. Just one of those funny, fun things about Instagram is it'll show you like 1 or 2 posts from people that you actually follow, and then after that, it's just all new people. It's just all algorithm recommendations. I guess YouTube is kind of similar, but most of my YouTube homepage are people I actually follow. I think. Well, either way, at least YouTube has like a subscription tab. They have like a different tab where you can just look at all of your subscribers. I don't think Instagram has that. Yeah, I don't think they have that. I think they just have the home. They have Explore. And for the home, they just show you like whatever the algorithm wants you to see, and some tab. And even Twitter, aka X, it has a For You tab, and then it has the Follow tab. Instagram should have a Follow tab, so that I can just see what the people I follow are working on. Especially because sometimes I like a post from somebody that I'm following, and then it's gone forever. I can't find it anymore. I have to like pull up my subscriptions, scroll down. It's annoying. It's annoying to try to find a post again because of just how it works. Granted, it has like the bookmark option, but I don't use the bookmark. Just show me thing. Anyway, there's my rant about how Instagram could be better if it were run by smarter people. Stay stable over there, internet. Sorry, am I blinking out? Sometimes that happens. Watch your progress on Twitter. Your on Twitter, your art gets with every drawing better and better. Thank you. Good to hear it. Good to hear it. became a robot for a few seconds. I guess that's not as bad as blinking out. At least I provide some entertainment in my robotic voice. Yeah, the internet is a little bit finicky. I think I'm... You know where, like, 5 bars is the best or whatever? I think I'm at 4 bars right now. So it's not... We're not peak internet at the moment. But not as bad as it could be. Luckily, I was already on YouTube because I just now got a notification. Yeah, we're already like midway through the stream. To be fair, I do normally do the stream at like 4:30. It's just for this one time I must be somewhere at 5 o'clock. So therefore, must do earlier. So what else happened besides Powerpuff Girl trailer? God, that was so trash. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned it last time on the channel, because everything is a blur, of course. But we do have some physical copies of The Way Long Back if you wanted to collect issues 1 through 4. So that's something exciting. This doing anything for you? Ah, man. I gotta do the plugs. You gotta bear with me, guys. I gotta do the plugs. You know, I thought I was gonna do or record a video this week. I thought I was going to. It's been difficult. I mean, yesterday I was just never gonna get anything done because I had work all day, right? That's one thing. Today I thought, oh, maybe in the morning. No, I couldn't do it. There was some other stuff I had to get done in the morning, and laundry, and you know, stuff happens, and then you just gotta prioritize and move things around. But this weekend, I'll get a new video done, most likely. It would also be nice, of course, and I've mentioned this a million times before, I'll try to get this actually done. I want to start doing more consistent streams on Tuesdays. Do some drawing streams. I think those would be very fun. And I'd like to be streaming, doing some Reaper pages. Get you guys hyped for when that campaign officially launches. We're going to be launching on both Kickstarter and Fund My Comic, by the way. I gotta learn how to put together the campaign page for Fund My Comic, but for the most part, Kickstarter page is like together-ish. And I also gotta finish the trailer. I have a very special thing planned for the trailer. I will brag about it when it's done. But right now, I'll leave you guys surprised. Oh, did you get a chance to do that Shrek 5 teaser? Yes, I did. I think what they're going for, people are just saying like Illumination is bad at animating Shrek, but I think what they're actually going for is they're trying to make Shrek look older, and I think that's the idea. But fuck. I mean, like, they do look older, but they also look horrific, you know? Let me share that with everybody. There we go. There you go. Yeah, Fiona got hit in the head with a baseball bat a few times. A super swollen head right there. She's making, granted, it's just a freeze frame, but she's just making one of those faces like, right? Oh, and they got an emo kid, I guess. Which kid is this? Whoever it is, it's the emo one. Is this a goth chick that, like, adults in the future are gonna be like, oh my god, I had the biggest crush on this big titty goth chick cartoon character, and it was this fucking girl from Shrek. I'm calling you all out. I know who you are. Oh my god, Donkey, what the fuck? Donkey got fucked up. They should have just killed him. He's too old. Was anyone asking for Shrek 5? Absolutely not. Shrek 4 was the perfect way to wrap up the Shrek series. Honestly, I would have been disappointed if it ended at Shrek 3 because Shrek 3 was pretty bad. But Shrek 4 was fine. It was fine. It wrapped up the series. That was it. That was all we needed. And it had like a nice ending credits where they're going over like past events of the previous movies. It's nice. We didn't need Shrek 5, you know? What is it? What is it with these god dang money grubbing media peoples who think that we need a million Shrek movies? Yeah, Fiona hit the wall even for ogre standards. Goddamn right. Can't even put on lipstick anymore. But you know. I think out of all of them, maybe Fiona and Donkey look the worst. Donkey looks the worst. Okay, let's be real here. He looks the worst. Fiona is a second. But I think overall, what they're going for is just trying to make the characters look older, which I don't want to see, by the way. in case I'm not being clear on that part. I don't want to see an old Shrek. That wasn't on my things I must see before I die list. But yeah, what are you gonna do? And the thing I also didn't like about the teaser is they're using the mirror on the wall like a smartphone, like flipping through images, and there's an internet. Like people are photoshopping Shrek in the teaser. I don't know if that's exactly representative of what we're gonna get from the movie itself. If they're just randomly gonna put an internet in there. But an internet. They'll probably call it something like, oh, the magic net or something. I don't know. But once again, not on my list of things that I wanted to see from a Shrek film. Just gotta be honest. The last one I saw was Shrek 3, didn't see the fourth one. Most people didn't see the fourth one because they assumed it would be bad after seeing Shrek 3. And it is kind of also a pretty cliche plot with Shrek 4. It was like he got tricked into wishing that everything was different, and now everything's different, and he's gotta get back to his previous life, right? Wasn't that literally like the plot of the Santa Claus 3? There's something stupid like that. It's a plot line that a lot of cartoon writers especially reuse over and over again because it's a very easy, like, campy thing. You know, It's a Wonderful Life-esque type of plot line. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I wouldn't say that. In fact, I would even say that I enjoyed it. Especially compared to Shrek 3. It was way better than Shrek 3. It was leagues better than Shrek 3. But, like, yeah. And it was fine as a way to wrap up the series. It was a much better conclusion. So I was okay with it ending there. Honestly. Yeah, fourth movie is way better than the third one. You wouldn't think that would be a case. You would think, oh man, third one sucked. I guess we're on the downslide. But no. Shrek 4 was fine. Shrek 1 was fine, right? Shrek 2 was peak. Shrek 3 was garbage. And then Shrek 4 was fine. It did a downswing and then back up. You wouldn't expect it, but that is the case. Going to wait for another trailer? Yeah, that's fair enough. We'll see what the plot is, right? I have a feeling that it's probably going to be a plot involving his kids. probably the big titty goth kid. She's probably gonna be a big part of the movie. I don't know, if we're gonna get another, like, Shrek 3-esque him and his daughter adventure thing. But, you know, I'll see what they come up with. I'm entertained by the fact that they're trying in general. Even if I don't like the movie, I'll be entertained just by the fact that they tried to do something. Oh, I've only seen Shrek 2 once when it was in theaters. I've seen Shrek 2 a couple times. It's got like a good... It's so funny, ever since... somebody else made this joke too, but ever since Shrek 2 had that great, like, I Need a Hero music transition, every other cartoon movie has been trying to, like, copy what Shrek 2 did, because it was genuinely very good. It was a good musical transition. It was pump, it was hype, right? But then when Mario movie does it, it's like, it's not the same. Stop trying to be Shrek 2. Yes. You're not Shrek 2. Stay in your lane, right? Some other movie did it too. I just forget what it was. But yeah. Yeah, big titty goth in Shrek, I'm in. This movie was made for you. She'll be a modern teen girl. That's what it's looking like. It's kind of what it's looking like, isn't it? Shrek 1 is the movie I've seen the most, mainly because I own the VHS. Ah, yes. The good old days. I think I still have my VCR player somewhere. I definitely have, like, a bunch of the old VHS tapes. I wanted to keep them, obviously. Just for nostalgia, I guess. Because eventually I know that they naturally just decompose and can't be used anymore. Obviously, they wear and tear. The more you play them, the worse condition the quality is going to be. Which is why most people were moving to DVD, and, you know, now... Even DVDs were not really meant to last forever, which is why we have the digital, the streaming, and for the most part, a lot of people are putting their money on all the streaming stuff, everything online, etc., etc. But you know, it does feel nice to have physical media. Something that I would also have a lot of fun doing. Wouldn't recommend doing this, but when I was a kid, something I had fun doing is, of course, taking the film out of the VHS and, of course, holding it up to the light to see panel by panel, right? Or frame by frame, all of the different pictures that were put together to make an animation. I had a lot of fun doing that. I don't think my parents liked me doing that because I was ruining the VHS tape. But yeah, that is one nice thing that you can get from a VHS tape that you can't quite get with a DVD. I mean, you can pause it really quickly, but it's not really the same, right? Because you're not really gonna pause frame by frame by frame. I guess maybe there's some sort of slowdown option on DVDs. Because I think maybe I remember something similar. Not exactly the same, but something similar. But yeah, it's just always better when it's in your hands, right? You get more control over something when it's in your hands. But you know how it is. Not totally against Zendaya. Oh, is that her name? Zendaya. Sounds like a villain name in the Shrek movie, but she's in an ass load of movies at this point. Yeah, I have no idea. I bet the movie will be about Shrek wanting to get along with his kids, especially with his daughter, but fails to do so because he's old and doesn't get their jokes. That, you know, if I were to just judge what the movie is going to be based on the teaser trailer, that's it. That's right on the money. On the VHS tape, wasn't that just a magnetic strip? No, it wasn't. We didn't buy the strips. No, I'm not thinking of the master discs. You can rip out the film from the VHS and look at it. It's great. It's wonderful. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Hey, it's a me. Yes, it is me. But yeah, I'm not these are the jokes that I'm not really the biggest fan of. Like who is photoshopping Shrek? Do they have an internet? Is the magic internet a thing now? And if so, why is some fairy tale creature out there photoshopping Shrek? It's just a little odd, you know? Not the biggest fan. But, it's kind of the thing to do for a lot of these new movies is, to do a how do you do, fellow kids. We need to, like, do this for modern audiences, so therefore we need to put a bunch of, like, references in there. I guess. You're right. We need to reference, like, phones, because kids have phones. It's like, man, we've had phones. For a long time, we've had cell phones. We had cell phones when Shrek 4 came out. We do not need to put it in there. We don't need to force it in there. It works without cell phones. It works fine. You don't need the cell phones to keep a kid's attention. It's just... I don't understand how they reach that conclusion. The only way we can keep a kid's attention is if we put memes in our cartoons. It's the only way. I don't think so, but okay. Well, thanks for the 20, Matthew. I thought Sonic would open the Sega Genesis Cinematic Universe, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, etc. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. We are going to get more Sonic movies, and that's exciting. I hope they don't make Amy a boss bitch. I kind of don't want her to be a boss bitch. I like that she's friendly and has a temper. Both things simultaneously true. I like that she's a cutesy girly girl and then also has a temper. That's part of what made her funny for me. Oddly, Shrek is one of the few animated movies that I would be interested in seeing the live-action adaptation. I don't share this, but yeah, get Shreked. I don't share your, I mean, morbid curiosity perhaps, but I'd imagine Shrek would look a lot like Thanos in like the realistic CG. Just not really my cup of tea. Not on top 10 things that I would like to see. Yeah, it's more proof that suits still don't understand how people actually work in the real world. Yeah, Golden Axe could work as Conan the Barbarian style movie. Yep, definitely. I'd like more Conan movies too. There's a bunch of Conan stories that would be pretty sick in live action, but they won't do it because they're cowards. I hate it when they over-rely on references. Borderlands was the worst offender at it. I never saw the Borderlands live-action movie. I heard that it was insanely bad. I mean, kind of figured that it would be, but you know how it is. Alright. So we went over Shrek 5. I say if you're curious about it, you know, whatever. It doesn't look poorly animated or anything. It's just that they very clearly are trying to make the characters seem old, and I don't really like old Shrek. Just gotta be honest, you know? It's not really my thing. It's not really what I wanted. But morbid curiosity, perhaps I'll check out the new trailer whenever that comes out, and we'll see. We'll see what they're doing with this plot, what they're trying to do, at least. And it should be fun. What else happened? I think that's like 90% of the news we just went over. We went over the Powerpuff Girls leak. We went over Shrek 5. And went over some Reaper stuff. Although we could always go over more Reaper stuff and never get tired of that, right? Not, yeah, you know, not that much else going on, it seems. Everything else is just kind of like, same old, same old. Same old happening. YouTubers made Borderlands sound worse than it was. It is completely average. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't mind if it's just like some campy 90s feeling movie, you know? I don't think just relaxing and watching a super campy low IQ movie is the worst thing in the world. There's a lot of those that I enjoyed a lot when I was younger. Not that they always had the best messages, but you know, just something to have on. I guess Disney Channel is a big offender of this. The Disney Channel movies that are just like kind of campy trash. They don't really try too hard, right? And then every now and then they come out with a banger out of nowhere. It's like the Hallmark Channel. Disney Channel originals are the Hallmark Channel, but like not just Christmas. They just produce all these campy feel-good movies. And then every now and then, once in a blue moon, they just randomly produce a banger. That's what it is. That's the best summary I can give you of Disney Channel originals. Wonder Woman video game was canceled. Oh, really? I didn't hear about that one. Talk more about Reaper. Yeah, always talk more about Reaper. It was actually really bad. Well, I wouldn't know. I didn't watch it. But yeah, we can certainly talk more about Reaper. Let's see, Reaper Book 2. So, I guess like what to expect. Book 1 was obviously more of a solo story. Book 2 is a little bit more fun, right? Because we're getting two characters bouncing off of each other. Both have their own kind of stories going on. But, you know, the stories are intersecting properly since they're traveling together. As you can see, they both have their own issues here. Reaper, Book 1 obviously featured Ichabod being cursed by the sword. Spoiler, I guess, if you didn't read it. Although, Adam has said that because he read like an early draft of Book 2, he claims that Book 2 it goes over everything so that it can be read on its own. He said you can totally pick up Book 2 on its own and know everything that's going on. Because I do some recapping. And I didn't do like really on the nose recapping to the point where it's just annoying. Because that is something that bugs me whenever there's way too much recap, especially in manga. Oh my god. There's so much recapping that needs to be done in One Piece all the time. But to be fair, if they didn't recap it, I'd probably forget it because we move at a snail's pace. But you know how it is. So, Adam claims Book 2 can be read independently, and you'll be completely caught up. Is this true? I don't know. I am kind of curious to test it on somebody. Just give them book 2, say, no context, see if you can figure out what's going on here. Enjoy. But, yeah. God damn it. I saw your comment and it distracted me, Captain Hyrule. Ichabod and the other guy look like they want to kiss. Someone said it looked like Fujo bait. How can I put 2 men on the cover of a book without it looking like they want to fuck each other? How is this possible? There's gotta be a way! I even gave him an evil smile and everything. His hand is becoming Monster Hand. It looks malicious. It's so hard these days to just have 2 men exist and not have the Fujos go. To be fair, any fucking manga I see with like 2 relatively attractive men looking at each other, first thing I think is, oh yeah, gay. Yeah, they probably want to fuck. I gotta put out some big titty waifus fast before I scare everybody away. Alright, let me read Brian's comment. Only new thing for me is that I got a custom Game Boy Color in the mail yesterday. It's got a backlit screen and a rechargeable battery that charges via USB. It is pretty sick. Awesome, man. Yeah, that's it. Chapter 2, Secretly Yowie. By the way, I love your monsters. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm completely inexperienced drawing the monsters. It's really a new thing that I'm just trying to pick up when it comes to drawing monsters. I mean, you can kind of see it in Horizon Quest. Really rough stuff, me trying to draw that Minotaur. And then even in the beginning of Book 1, trying to draw like this big lizard creature. That was like a whole other skill that I had to like try to unlock, and it's just like been a good year of me, a couple of years I guess, of me trying to like crank this ability to draw monsters and make them actually scary. It was one of the critiques that I got from Book 1 is that the zombies and the monsters were not scary in Book 1. So hopefully I can curve that a little bit in Book 2, make things a little bit more scary, a little bit more spooky. Not that it's supposed to be a horror comic, because as I've said before, it's not a horror series exactly, but it is dark fantasy. There are dark things happening, even if it's not supposed to be explicitly horror. I think it's probably fits along the lines of more of an adventure than anything else. But adventure fantasy rather than any kind of explicit horror thing. Yeah, do not get me started on Fujos. I wouldn't mind letting down a couple Fujo. You know, like what happened with My Hero Academia? It still makes me laugh. Oh my god. The Fujos. There are so many Fujos who were big fans of My Hero Academia. They were, okay, maybe there weren't so many. Maybe there wasn't like a majority of them or anything like that. But they were very loud, and there were a good group of them. They were very loud and vocal online. And when it came out that Midori with the obvious love interest, like so obvious, so in your face, this is the girl he's gonna end up with, arrows pointed down at her, they lost their minds. They lost their minds like, no! He can't end up with the obvious love interest. He has to end up with the guy. with the fucking explosion hair guy. Of course. It's the only logical explanation. And, yeah, they treated him so badly over that bullshit. They were, like, bullying him online and everything. And to be fair, I'm not, like, the biggest fan of My Hero Academia, but, like, yeah, obviously, the main character is gonna end up with the obvious love interest. It's just one of those things, you know? Why would you expect him to end up with his bully? That's weird. That's some weirdo shit. But yes, thank you. Thanks for saying good art and nice shading and whatnot. Anyway, no, it's not gay. Just to clarify. It's not gay. Not gay. They just both exist in the story. They both have love interests later on. And they're gonna get their own big titty waifus. So don't worry about that. Alright. Yeah, what is everybody else saying? Those same people would freak if they knew my own female characters ended up with male love interest. No! Not gay! You know what part of it is a lot of these, webcomics gaining traction are like they like really push a lot of gay comics on Webtoon and other types of webcomic websites. Especially on Webtoon, I feel. But, you know. Oh god, and that's right, DC and Marvel. Of course, how could I forget about DC and Marvel pushing the gays onto the young teen readers? But once you've like read a lot of that, that's what you just learn to expect from everything that you read. Especially when you're a hormonal teenager and that is your first introduction to anything sensual whatsoever. That's just what you're going to relate to those feelings, you know? So you're gonna want more of whatever that is. Ooh. Even when you're not at the age where you properly understand it, you know? I wanted him to end up with the inventor chick. I don't remember the inventor chick, but yeah, whatever. To each their own. Turn My Hero Academia into a yaoi years down the road with Tom Deku. How dare you deny these two men their love for each other? Of course, yes. Yes, clearly. I'm missing out. Missing out on those, Fujo bucks. Do Fujos have money? Serious question, though. Because if they have money, if they're willing to pay for the gay, perhaps we can talk. How much are we talking here? Let's figure this out first. I'll get out my calculator. We'll name a price, you know? No, but anyway, we should probably be wrapping up this stream. I know it felt like it went on very quickly, especially because the stream itself started pretty early, so we are wrapping up pretty early. But I do have to be somewhere, and unfortunately that means that we must have a quick stream. So I'll take like last minute questions very quickly, last minute comments. I was rewriting some characters because the test group thought my main characters were gay. People ship, I guess so. Dannphan takes the first step down a dark path. Yeah, that's right. There we go. We're gonna go after the Fujo money. To be fair, on My Hero, at least it didn't go down the same route as Ruby. Yeah, I never kept up with Ruby either. Never kept up with either of them. Why do you hate Avatar: The Last Airbender? I don't. Oh, I'm making fun of Twitter logic. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, Fujo's gonna Fujo. That is true. Fujo's always gonna Fujo. Anyway, thank you for joining me on Friday with Dannphan. We'll have to catch you. I'll have to catch you guys on the next Friday, and maybe if we're extra cautious with our time and use our time wisely, we can even do a Tuesday drawing stream with more Reaper pages. That would be pretty fun, eh? Draw the gay sex scene naturally for the Fujos, who I want the money of now. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, and good night, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye.